in this video I thought I'd just go through our sound room, just give you a little tour of how we record our ASMR videos. This is just a spare room and we have it set up to specifically record. To the side there you can see bookshelves and they're behind me as well. That sort of hopefully dampens the noise, but even so it's, I mean the bookshelves are right over the window too, when we have used a wall batting like a sound barrier plus other things on the window. But I mean you probably even hear in this video you can still hear sounds because it's windy today and you can still hear the sounds. So it has helped a bit, but you know, unless we get an actual soundproof room we'll always have some problems with sound issues, but not much we can do really, and just do our best. So this is where we record and I'll just take you through each bit. So over here is the bookcase. Here is just where we store all our bits and pieces. So you know, you'll see our videos on the table. Just zoom around to the table there. You notice we'll always have different coloured tops on the table there, and they just come from our little storage thing here. We just buy different, these are like Panay velvet, all these ones here, and they come in different colours as you can see. And then we'll have some sort of a silky satin finish ones as well. But we just go into the box here, grab one and pop it on the table. So really nice. And here we've got bits and pieces that we store, extra cables, batteries, lenses, tripod stands, little tripod stands, that sort of thing. And underneath we have all the different things we might use in a video. So you might have seen different ones already, like that one there, one did a video using that. And we've got quite a lot of other things to still work on that we'll do in future videos. And in this one up here, let me move this chair away. Try not to move the video camera too quickly because it's quite annoying watching a video camera go zooming past. So let's have a look. In this one we've got all the things like the Floam. This Floam, we have, obviously got in there GAC, which you'll see in a future video, or it might be before this one depending on when they go up. Now there's the famous kinetic sand. Love that stuff. So that's where all our bits and pieces go for our videos. And come back up, and on the table you can see the Rode NT1A microphones. So they sit there ready to be used. I love these mics, really really good. And then we have the tripod. Now the camera I'm using at the moment would normally sit right there. This is a really good microphone. It allows us to record from overhead so the camera faces down that way and records what's on the table. So really good. It's a Manfrotto. If you're interested, we'll put links below this video, but really really love this tripod. It does get still top heavy though, so as soon as I put this camera on here it will tip over because I've got quite a heavy solid camera. So what we've done is we've tied up the tripod to the back of the chair there just to be safe. And you can see a box of tissues there, that's just stopping it from, the tripod from going through the back of the chair there. Okay, so we have lights, of course. One big overhead light there that can go over the table, and a smaller one here. Okay, and then we have the 3DO, famous 3DO microphone, which we use quite a lot in our videos. Really like that microphone. And headphones so that we can monitor what we're recording. We usually like to have them on while we're recording so we can hear the sounds. So these are Samson brand, really like these. They're really comfortable to wear. You can wear them for quite a while without them getting annoying. And we have them, the headphone plugged into this little device here. It's a FiiO, it's called, I'll put a link below, but FIIO, I think it is. And what this allows us to do is to plug two headphones in, because sometimes we're both doing a video, so we both need to listen in, and that allows us to both have listen into what's going on. This is the remote for the camera I'm using now, so it allows us to zoom in and out during videos without actually touching the camera, which is really good. So the camera I'm using now is a Canon Legria G30, and it's also known as a Vixia G30 in some countries. Okay, over to here we have the Mac computer. Love Mac computers, always have been a Windows user for years and years, since, I don't know, the 80s or whenever they came out, and only just recently went over to a Mac and would never go back to Windows now. Just love the Mac. I can see why all those crazy Mac users always used to say how good their Macs are compared to Windows, and I can see why now. They're really good. So love the Mac. And we've got Logic Pro open there. I just recorded a 10-minute audio for SoundCloud, so that's why that's open. And love Logic Pro, really good. It's a Mac application, and what it does is allow us to just record the audio part of our videos, and the video part is obviously with the camera I'm using right now, so we get the two and link them together later in editing. And we use Premiere Pro to edit our videos. We sync the audio and video together and edit them there. So this is a Zoom R24, and what we do is we plug the 3DO into the back here. See how this is connected back to the 3DO back there. So they're connected to there and into inputs 1 and 2 there. See that? And then what we do when they're plugged in, we come up to Logic Pro and we go File, and we go New, where are we? Oops, try again, File, New. And you can see over here, do you want to close? I'll go Close and don't save just to get rid of that. And then we've got, see here we see inputs 1 and 2, so we know we're going to be able to record now. If we were going to be using the Rode microphones, the Rode microphones don't have their own power. The 3DO has a battery in it, so it's got its own power, which is why it can be plugged into here, 1 and 2. But for the Rode microphone, it needs phantom power, so it needs some sort of power to enable them to work. So we plug them into inputs 5 and 6 when we're doing the Rodes. So that would mean when we come back up here, we would select inputs 5 and 6. And let's see how it's got input device, Zoom R24. And then we go create and see output device. It's got FIIO. That's that little tiny thing I was talking to you about before, where we plug our microphones in. So that allows us to listen to our recordings as we're doing them. We go create. Again, oops. Right, and then we're ready to record. So when we're ready to record, we just press that button up there. That records the audio part, and then we press the record button on the camera as well. And then in order so we can sync later, we just clap 3 times or use a clapperboard, and that allows us to sync it all together. And we use Premiere Pro to do that. Okay. So over here I have just a little whiteboard just to make notes. You can see that came from Good Taste magazine. That's just a food magazine here in Australia. Okay. Up here we have this, I don't know what you'd call this, little prompt thing. It's allows us to, Wanda uses this a lot because she records a lot of her voice recordings. So for instance, that's Alice in Wonderland, I think. So she did some chapters on that. So it just allows it a lot easier to, rather than shuffling papers, although that's always a good sound for ASMR anyway, but sometimes you don't want that. You can just easily turn these pages and not have much sound coming out from them. Really good. And of course the head. You've probably seen this in our some of our previous videos. We'll have to do a few more with him. So he uses those Soundman binaural mics. They get put into the ears here, so on this side and on the other side. And down here we have the Yeti microphone. Love the Yeti microphones. They're great for first time ASMR artists. Really nice microphone because they're cheap and they're easy. They just plug straight into the back of a computer. You don't need any of these Zoom R24s or the Zoom here. Speaking of the Zoom, that's our Zoom H4n. So we use that quite a lot. Okay, and I think that might be it. So that's pretty much what our sound room looks like and how we record. It doesn't always look like this because sometimes we bring that table out. If there's going to be two of us recording an ASMR video, we just bring that table out. We might be on either side, or we might be walking around the room doing different sounds. So it will just depend, but we try not to pull it out too often because as you can see it's all set up nicely now. And every time we pull it down to move it around, we have to set up the tripod again and rework it and make sure it's all perfect. So far so good. So one day we may get ourselves a soundproof room, and that'll make things a lot easier because at the moment our biggest time consuming factor is the editing and taking out all the car noise, bird noises, different things like that, coughing, various things, although a soundproof room won't help coughing I don't think, but you know what I mean. Okay, so thank you for watching, and this is just for all those who wanted to see how our room looks and how we record, so thank you for now.